All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Big waves out there. This is the fun part. This is the fun part. So good to see everybody back. I missed you last Sunday, but it was good to see many of you. Was it just last weekend? Like it feels like forever ago and yesterday all at once. So if you were there, if you were with us in Destin, I hope you had an amazing time. And if you weren't there, we'll start planning for next year because we'll be getting together again and we want to see each and every one of you there next time. So great to see everybody tonight. Sorry, my computer's doing something strange, but we got a great call lined up for you. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of housekeeping before we kick off into the meat of it. So thank you so much for joining our success session tonight. Probably shouldn't have put so many S's in that name. But just if you guys want to know what the whole theme is of tonight is to find different people in our organization that are having success so that we can learn from them, right? Isn't that what we're all here for? We want to learn a little bit more so we can do a little bit better. And if you're like me, so you can make a little bit more money, right? That's what I'm here for, and help people get healthy in the process. That's great too. So we've got some upcoming events, and the next one is going to be on March 12th. We have a Super Saturday, and I'll tell you guys, in Destin, I had the privilege of seeing Hot Chocolate speak, and I love Chris Doyle. He's amazing. I love Todd Rowland. He's amazing. I love Coach Palmer. He's amazing. I love Kristen White. She is amazing. But I'll tell you, Hot Chocolate, what she shared with us from the stage was absolutely incredible. I'll tell you, I cannot wait to hear from her again. So they're going to be doing a Super Saturday in just a couple of weeks, March 12th in Jackson, Tennessee. So if you are in that area, if that's local to you, if you can drive there relatively easily, well, then hop on over, join us there. I believe it's $20. It's going to include dinner if you want it, and going to be a really phenomenal event. And just if you want an event in your area, just stay with us. Stay with us a little bit because I'm going to share with you a call that's going to let you get the information on how you can get one in your neck of the woods. So next thing is we've come up with a little bit of a training schedule for everybody. So if you're like me, that you're going, when is the next corporate call? Or what time is Wellness Wednesday? Or, oh gosh, how do I find the comp plan training? We decided to go ahead and put it on one schedule, and it's actually up already in New Age Nation. It's on our Telegram channel. It's in MOA Challenge. So we've been sharing this all over the place. So if you haven't seen it yet, go look again. I will post it again all over this evening. But it's not every single thing. Like there's lots of team calls, different days. There's all kinds of different things. But it's the different ones from corporate and the ones that I might be involved with in some way, and some of the main ones, right? So if I skipped you, I apologize. It's not personal. There's just only so much room on here, but we might be modifying it in the future. So just if you've got information that you want me to share, feel free to reach out to me. And then the Wellness Wednesday this week, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. We don't have a slide for it because they changed it a little bit, but it's going to be with Dina Brownlow on giving greens. I know I love giving greens. I always want to learn more. So if you're interested in learning more about giving greens, go ahead and tune in this coming Wednesday. And then Monday night, we have our very own Chris Doyle is going to be sharing on New Age Live. So you guys know that is going to be phenomenal. He's always a fantastic speaker. And as I mentioned, at the mastermind in Destin, our leaders gave us the opportunity to sign up for some Super Saturdays, to raise our hand and say, hey, I want something in my neck of the woods. I want to have people come in and help me learn more, help my team learn more. And if that's something that either you signed up for while we were in Destin, or you would really like to have in your area, well, then you want to join us. Our leaders are putting on a Zoom this Monday. So tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Time, we're going to have a special Zoom that's going to share the schedule of the Super Saturdays, what it takes to have one, how you can coordinate it. So please take a screenshot of this and I will share it in Telegram. I think it's actually already in Telegram. I'll share it in New Age Nation, but please take a screenshot because this is something that everybody is going to want to be on so that they can figure out how they can participate in this. So that's going to be really, really great. And then on Thursday, we have our back office training, and they're doing it every single Thursday. It's at noon Central Time, so 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and different leadership folks from corporate are jumping on to share those details with us. So, we've got Taylor, that's always amazing. If you're part of the Limu tribe, you guys know Andrew Rios, so it's always great to hear from him. We've got Kevin and Phil, and they're just giving us all the details that we need to know more about our back office, how it works, and what we can do and what we need to know to be more successful. And then loyalty. If you guys are like me, you're looking to slim down just a little bit, and maybe you want to try something different. We right now have the Teora, I don't even know how to say it, but the Shape Smoothie. These are so good, and they're designed to help us support through like an intermittent fasting type schedule. So if you're doing that and that interests you, go ahead and check this out because it's on a huge discount right now, over $12 off. And if you're going to try something, you might as well try it when it's on sale. So with that, I'm going to turn this over to Coach Palmer. And Coach, I was hoping you could talk to us a little bit about a call that we've got coming up and what you're going to be doing with that.
Absolutely, I will. Absolutely. So I've been manning the waiting room here.
Thank
as
you.
Everybody's been loading up the waiting room. So here's one of the things I want to do and take a screenshot of this. We're also going to put it in New Age Nation, and we'll share it also in the Telegram out. So if you're not a part of the New Age Communication 2022 Telegram, here's what I'd tell you to do. Go download Telegram. It's an app. Go to the App Store, download Telegram, and search for New Age Communication 2022. And we're going to be putting a lot of things inside of this Telegram communication for you to tune into. Andrea, can we zoom out, or do I just need to keep talking where I could see everybody? All
there
right.
You go.
So this will be better, so I can see you. So we're going to start. I actually did a training where I brought guests on for right at a year. How many of you were a part of that? Maybe put it in the comments. Where for about a year, we did a mastermind class every Tuesday at 12 o'clock. And we brought guests on throughout the year. This is going to be a continuation of that, but I want to open it up to everyone. Okay. And when I talk about Chalk Talk session, I want to guide people through what's been able to help me over a decade in this industry, from the basics to learning social media, to bringing in guest speakers, to building belief, to sharing, the how to, the nitty gritty, to share some, just some secrets about the industry, just where we can have some time. So you're looking at about an hour every Tuesday from 12 p.m. Central Time Zone to 1. Okay. And this Tuesday will be the first of that. It'll be our first Chalk Talk session, as we're going to call it. So, Andrea, if you will, put that back up. Grab this, share it with your team. Everybody is invited to it. And this is something that across the board, if you're looking to build a network marketing business, which is what we all are looking to do, this is going to be the nuts and bolts to doing it. And we're going to learn, we're going to spend time together. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so the kickoff of this will be this Tuesday, starting at 12 o'clock Central Time Zone. So spread it around, share it with your teams. You're all welcome to come. And I look forward to seeing you there. All right, next thing, we're going to roll right into it. So Andrea wanted me to talk to you just a little bit. So go back out if you could, Andrea, just a second so I could see everybody. Because I feel like I need to talk to Franklin, I need to talk to to Ronnie or Arlene or Shauna Needon or Curtis. And here's the thing. So have you ever wanted to just like share something with somebody in a very like quick? You've been talking to them and they're like, how do I get started? And you want something to be able to share. And you're like, I don't want it to be too complicated. I don't want to get into the weeds. I just want it to be something simple that I can share, that they will either see the vision or they won't see the vision. So let me tell you about our industry really quick. All we are, we're sifters and sorters of people. That's really what we do in our industry. We listen to people's needs, we share with them what we got, and we're just sifters and sorters, right? And some of those times they're no's, some of the times they're yeses, some of the times we've got to explain more to a person. But that's really what we are. We just go through life, we go through society, and we sift and sort and sharing with people what we got. But a lot of times people's got to see the vision. They got to see what do I got to do to get started, and how do I make this thing work? And so recently we've been working with Cameron Bott, which is, if you hadn't met Cameron, get on Monday nights calls with New Age Corporate. He's an amazing individual. We're so blessed to have him on our executive staff. But we were talking with Cameron, and we decided, you know what? We want to create for any new person that is coming in your business, we want to create an opportunity so that, yes, we can get them started. We can get money in their pockets, but we want to give them a kind of a mid-tier goal to run for. And so we got to talking about it, and Cameron came up with the ultimate experience trip to Utah. And he said, here's the deal. When a new person comes in their first 6 months, they go earn $3,000 in commissions. We will give them an all expense paid trip to Utah. So if we're going to do it twice a year, we're going to do once in the winter, once in the summer. So if it's in the winter, snow skiing, snowmobiling, Arlene will probably be there in Enos showing everybody how to do it. Here's the deal. It's going to be a lot of fun. If it's in the summer, it's going to be skiing on the lakes. It's going to be hiking up the mountains. I mean, it's a beautiful place in Utah. But also there's a purpose to the trip when it comes to earning money. And here's what this trip is going to be designed to do. This trip is going to be designed to help the person. Andrea, am I having problems?
You're perfect. You're great.
Okay. Here's what this trip is designed to do. It's helping the person that gets to Utah learn how to go optimize an income position. That's the whole point of this. When you optimize an income position, which is 2 lines of business that is generating 13,334 in product volume, not only with your purchases, but all of your team's purchases, you're in a 6-figure income. There's just no way around it. You are in a solid 6-figure income with our company. So what we're going to do twice a year is we're about to start funneling your people, your new people, all over your organizations into Utah to learn how to go full-time in the industry. Now, let me ask you this. If Curtis wants to go full-time in the industry, the best way to go full-time is help other people go full-time. Let me tell you, if you get 4 people to go full-time in the industry, I can promise you what you're going to be doing. You're going to be full-time, right? You get a couple of people full-time, you won't have to worry about your money. It'll be taken care of. And that's what this is about. So in saying that, Andrea, we've got to play. And Andrea, if you don't mind to show this, this is what I do every single day of my life that I'm working the business. My job is to be in the presence of prospects, sharing my story, listening to their story. And I can't tell you how many times I've written on a piece of paper this right here that you see on the right, the play. I can't tell you how many times it's like, listen, you come in $29.99. It's going to allow you to get tools, weekly trainings, 15% off all your product orders. But here's what we want you to do. Once you do that, we want you to purchase about 200 points of product. Okay? Your choice. Products we've been talking about. That's going to give you 15% commissions. Or, okay, right? Or you can do 500 points of product, receive 20%, 1,000 points of product, 25%, 1,500 points of product, 30%. But let's just say you do 200 points. Our goal is to lock arms with you and help you get 4 people. I know you know 4 people. Now, we might get more than 4 people, but we're going to work with you to get 4 to do just like you did, come in on 200 points of product. When you do this, you've qualified for a huge place in our company and in our compensation plan called gold status. You're already making money at this point. And then we're going to grab you at that point and we're going to help you run the play with your 4 people and help them get 4. And over the course of 6 months from the date you enroll, we want to help you earn $3,000 in commissions. How would an extra $3,000 over the next 6 months make you feel, right? That's my sole goal, is to help you earn $3,000, because then you're going to win a trip to Utah, all expense paid trip. Yes, we're going to have fun, but more importantly, we're going to learn how to go optimize an income position. That's right. You get 13,000, 2 lines, 13,334. Don't worry about the numbers. We're going to help you get a lot of buying power going on with a lot of different people. And when you do that, you're stepping into a 6-figure income. We call that optimizing an income position. So there's a vision there. There's a pathway there. Ultimately, there's a play there. So Andrea, we just went ahead and put a video together that we will share the link with you tonight. It's a little over 3 minutes long, but we want to share that with you tonight in case you hadn't already seen it.
Oh, hold on.
The whole goal of this is to get, you see how it flew, like it flowed out of my mouth, right? Because I've practiced it. I know the play. How many times can you run the play here with people in your community, people on your social media, on a Zoom, in a coffee shop, at a home? That's the whole goal.
Started with us today. I'm going to step you through how to get started with us. We call it the play. And what this is you get started with us with the purchase of a $29.99 one-time access to our online business tools, mobile share out, weekly trainings. It also gives you 15% off all of your orders for life. And then you just simply select at least 200 points of product of your choice. That qualifies you for 15% commissions for life. Now, we have other ways to come in initially. One is 500 points of the products of your choice, which would give you 20% commission. 1,000 points of product of your choice would give you 25% commissions. And 1,500 points of product would give you 30% commissions for life. But here's what we want to do with you. We want to help you get 4 brand partners. We're going to lock arms with you and help get 4 brand partners of at least 200 points of product coming in just like you did. What this unlocks is gold status within our compensation plan, but it also gets you profitable. It gets money back into your pocket quick. And then we want to take you from there to what is our next step inside of our compensation plan, which is getting you qualified for the ultimate experience trip. Now, here's the beauty of this. To qualify for this ultimate experience, you must, from the date you enroll, you've got 6 months to earn $3,000 in commissions. Now, here's the beauty of that. When you earn $3,000 in commissions in your first 6 months, you qualify for this ultimate experience, an all expense paid trip to Utah. And we're also going to have master training sessions with our top industry leaders to talk to you and work with you on how to go maximize our compensation plan. But here's the beauty about being on this trip. We're going to have fun. It's going to be a trip where if it's in the wintertime, you'll be on snowmobiles and you'll be experiencing the beautiful, beautiful culture of Utah. And if it's in the summertime, you will be experiencing fun in the sun in amazing, beautiful lakes in Utah. But again, you're also going to learn kind of our third step. You're going to learn how to go maximize this compensation plan. Here's what we call it. We call it optimizing an income position. We're going to show you how you are going to turn your business with the help of others into an optimized income position, which means 13,334 in product volume in 2 lines of business. And what that's going to do is that's going to step you into a 6-figure income. That's right. You heard it right. A 6-figure income. That's 13,334 in product volume running through your business with not only your effort, but the effort of others purchasing our products that are scientifically proven, backed by science, that's creating transformation in people's lives. As we step you through these 3 processes, these 3 steps, you're going to learn the power of our patent pending compensation plan. So we're super excited to get you started with us today.
Now, Andrea, I'll turn it back to you. Obviously, it's painful hearing my voice, but here's what I wanted you to have. I wanted you to have a video that you could play over and over for yourself, and feel free to share it. I mean, feel free to sit down. Somebody asks, where do you do this? Like, when do you look at a person and go, let me show you how you can get started with us, right? I made my first $1 million in this industry working part-time. I was a principal athletic director, finding time during the day that I could sit down and show a play to somebody. And they either got it or they didn't. If they didn't, I moved on. If they got it, I signed them up. It was super simple, super simple. We're not duplicatable, but systems are, tools are. And that's just a tool that you can use at your disposal. So, Andrea, I'm excited about the guest tonight. So I'm going to turn it back to you and sit back and listen and take notes.
Well, thank you so much for being on here tonight, Coach. Greatly appreciate your time and you sharing the play. And I know it's hard to hear our own voices, but I love that video. I think you did a great job. And we're going to be switching gears a little bit right now. And we're going to be bringing up a phenomenal leader out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. And this woman is just an absolute powerhouse. She is a community creator. They talk a lot about tribe, and she has definitely created that. We're going to hear a little bit about how she has done that. So please help me bring on Tammy. Oh my gosh. Well, Tammy M. I struggle, Tammy. I struggle. So thank you so much for being on here with me tonight.
So many different names, right? Tammy Melchisedeck. What can I say? Oh, it's such an honor to be here with you, Andrea, tonight. And everybody, just hello, welcome. We're so glad you took the time to be with us.
Okay, I'm going to try it. Melchisedeck.
Melchisedeck, Melchisedeck. If you know, it's an Old Testament, it's my husband's name, and it's an Old Testament. He was a king and a priest. Does anybody know the story of Melchisedeck? Have you ever heard the story? So I always tell people that Jerry is truly a Melchisedeck. He's a chief, he's a priest and a king. So he's an amazing man.
I love it. I love it. Well, you guys are an amazing couple because you're an amazing woman. And thank you so much for being on here tonight. And I was hoping you could kick us off by sharing your story. We got to hear a little bit of it recently, but I would love to hear it this evening.
Well, I will be happy to do that. I'm going to tell a little bit of it because it's kind of such a tearjerker story. It takes me about 50 minutes to get people back after I tell them my story. So I probably won't go into the whole thing, but I'll just tell you, I jumped into this business 8 years ago, and someone introduced me into this business. I was looking for a better way. I was looking for an opportunity for better health. I was looking for an opportunity of for my husband, better health, and for me, more finances. And we had gone through a very significant financial real estate crash in 2008, and all of our investments, my husband is in real estate, we're in real estate, and we had to recreate our lives. And that's a really hard place to be when you're in your late 50s and 60s. But we had to do it. We just knew we had to do it. I have 4 children, 7 grandsons, and I had a big family to take care of. And so someone introduced us to this business. So as Brent Palmer says, we sift and sort, and I was the girl got sorted to the front because I had a desire for more. And so as soon as I heard it, there was about 8 couples in the room. None of them ran with the business, but I did. In fact, I moved far beyond the individual that brought me into the business, which is why this business is so fabulous. It doesn't matter who brought you in, where you start, you can go straight to the top if you have a desire. We have hope, trust, and a plan. And so that's what happened. We started building our business. And to be honest with you, Andrea, the part of my life that I loved was hospitality. I had written several books on hospitality, on cooking, on the beauty of the table, how community is the alpha and omega. It's like telling our stories is what connects us. It's what makes us human. It's what makes us want to understand the world that people live in. And we do that with our business every day. We're always listening to the stories of people, trying to hear what their pain point is so that we can show them the opportunity we think could help them. And so I said to my husband, the only way I can do this is if I do it in my lane. And so I want to encourage you tonight, wherever you are, I want you to think about what is your lane. You know, we all work this business differently. That's the beautiful part. We can all work this business our own way. It's our business. And so I just want to encourage you tonight as I share some of the things that I've done. This is just one way. It's not the way, it's one way. But my philosophy, do it all. Do the Zooms, do the parties, do the one-on-ones, do the coffees, do it all, because we never know who we're going to catch. I liken it to food, of course, a big table that is a smorgasbord of appetizers and salads and main meals and desserts. And all you're doing is inviting someone to the table. You don't know what they need. You don't know what they want, but you just set it in front of people and you say, come to the table and take a peek and see if there's something here for you. And so that's what I literally did. I started family dinners. And at that time it was Limu. I came in through the Limu company, and it was called Limu Family Dinners. And I think it was very unconventional for how other people had built, but it was what worked for me. And we started doing family dinners, and we sometimes got 0. And now that's an encouragement for you. Sometimes nobody showed up. We made all the food. Our brand partners came, and we didn't get any guests, but we didn't give up. We kept going. And it was about 15 months. In fact, after we started doing this, about 7 or 8 months, we had so many people coming, we had to add Wednesday nights. So for 15 months straight, not one weekend was missed. We did Limu Family Dinners. And if I was speaking, I was traveling and speaking at the time, I'd fly in. Everybody knew the code to my garage door. And they'd all come into the house. They set up all the food. It was old-fashioned potluck. Listen, I'm a good Baptist Minnesota girl. Does anybody know what a good potluck is? Wave at me if you know what a good potluck is. So I see everybody knows a good potluck. And we just had, it wasn't fancy. We just had people bring something to share. And we had a meal together, and then we shared the opportunity. And then we continued to grow. We started with business luncheons. That was another idea. I thought, let's bring the business community in. They have an hour for lunch. How can we reach out to they're already thinking business, Andrea. They're already thinking multiple streams of income. How can we reach them? And so we started doing the luncheons, and it just catapulted our business for all of us. We continued to grow, and it was incredible.
Well, I'm hoping, I love that. I love your story. I like the heart-wrenching version, but I'll take this one too. I think that's where we get the connection, right? Like when people they share their pain, we can say, me too, me too, me too. I love that. But you gave us some really great clues that I'm hoping we all can copy. So and I know that you've been getting a lot of phone calls about this past week. You've been
oh my goodness. Well, let me explain what happened with that on Mastermind. Brent had Crystal and Robin and myself come forward and just talk about what we did. And again, I go back to this and I want to reiterate it. This isn't the way, this is a way. And so, but I believe incorporating as many different ways to catch your fish, throw the net wide to get the biggest harvest, the biggest lot that you can. And so this was just one way of us doing it. And so this week I was inundated with people asking about how we did these events. So would you like me to share about them or?
Yes.
Okay.
Please. Yes, right. What I would love, and if they're different, so you can tell me if they're different. If they're the same, then just do it one time. But if you kind of tell us about this networking lunch and then a family dinner, so that we can all just go copy you. And I'm going to go from house to house and eat everywhere. So that sounds great.
I know. So I'm going to just talk really fast and go through kind of what we did and what we found most successful. So we started, actually you start with family dinner because that's how we started. And then kind of branch off onto the business networking. So family dinner, the concept here was we met on a Sunday evening at 5:00. We found that to be the night that people had available. And it was they had their day with their family, their church, whatever. And then they usually had a Sunday night. So we started at 5:00. People walked into the door. We had brand partners welcoming them at the door. So there was nobody that just snuck into our house. They were greeted. We threw our arms around them, especially people that didn't, really want to be hugged. We just sort of held on. We made everybody feel important. And as Robin DeMeo says, everybody has a stamp on the top of their head that says, make me feel important. We made sure people felt important. So the brand partners would get there about 4:30. We'd bring things. I'd make a pot of soup. I always did something that was healthy on plan. Salads, just basic stuff. And everybody would bring things. And then we had samples out. So we chose 4 samples. At that time, we had 4 products with Limu. I would suggest the products, we want things that taste good, that people don't have to overcome obstacles to enjoy our product. Because we know some of our products, they're really great for us, but we also know sometimes there's objections immediately, and we don't want that. So pick and choose. I would suggest Limu Original, Blue Frog 2, everybody's nuts about Blue Frog 2. Elite, that tastes amazing. We put some lemon in it. We serve that up. And any one of your other products that you would like to feature. And if you're a noni person, feature your noni. And if you're, depending on what you want, we also tasted out Burn, because that is another one of our huge sellers and one of our favorite products. So it doesn't matter. And we have little cups, and then we'd have people serve them. We put them on black little plates, and we have brand partners walk around like a little cocktail party. And we'd say, and this is Burn, and this is Limu, and we'd give one 10-second clip. It has fucoid, it's a natural anti-inflammatory. That's it. And we'd go around and introduce ourselves and mingle, and people loved it. And there was no one that was unseen. One of the things I taught the brand partners, we all taught each other, and we taught our downline, is that we're not there to talk to each other. As brand partners, we can talk to each other anytime. We're there for the brand new person. We're there. And so inundate that new person. Make sure everybody's going to them, introducing themselves. Name tags are another thing. Make sure you have name tags. We started out with 2-3 people coming. And the last party we had at our house, we had 160 people there. And I'm telling you, we had to shut the whole thing down because my homeowners association said, this is out of control. It's 2 blocks of cars around the block. And so then we had to actually start meeting in some other places, which leads me to, and I'm going to go back. So we did our quick little dinner. While people were eating, we started our presentation when it was almost done, finished eating. And we had everyone gather and move into our family room. And we started to share the opportunity. We had two-minute stories. One was a health-related story or a weight loss story, and another was a financial prosperity story. So we taught our people how to do a 2-minute story. Crystal talked about that. If you haven't seen a training on how to tell your 2-minute stories, oh my goodness, listen to Crystal Vance's teaching from last weekend. She breaks it down for you beautifully. A 2-minute story. First person comes up, Craig Tomanini. I've lost 160 pounds. These are my results. He'd go sit down. Robin would come up and talk about her financial situation. Betsy would come up and talk about her health. Eva would talk about her, we went back and forth as leaders and sharing. Then one of us would come up, let's just say it's Tammy, and I would explain how to get started in our business. I talk about it as being an additional stream of income, and we'd show the video of the play. And so you saw that video tonight? Play the video. Just push and play and let the video do the work for you. Why? Because it's duplicatable. I can get up there and do a really fabulous presentation. I've done it 8 years, but for the newest person, they cannot do that, but they can push and play. And so that's how hard this business is. Push and play Brent's video. And then when you're finished, ask people, are you ready to get started? I want you on my team. And make sure you have your paper that has the 3 packs on it, their name, their information on high quality colored paper, and you hand those out to your guests. And you're there. And then you wrap that time, and you don't, go on and on and on. You keep this at a max of 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So you're moving, you're clipping through this fast. And then at the end, you say, we're going to stay here. If you have any questions, let us know. And we had computers in the back. We had brand partners working with all the new people. And we'd sit there and sign up people literally with $500 and $1,000 packs that night. People were not questioning. They wanted to be a part of it. We showed them the play. We showed them how they could get their money back. We showed them why this is a viable business, and they signed up. So that's family dinner. So I am going to, you can ask me questions, Andrea. I'm having
Okay, I got to jump in. I can't stand it.
Okay.
I can't stand it.
Okay.
So I've attended this, Tammy, and so I want everybody to know this tonight that's watching in. I see what Tammy does. Well, her and her organization do every week, right? So I see the numbers. I see the volume. I see what's going on. She does it all. So for the people out there tonight that's going, I don't know about putting people in a home. Well, here's what I'll tell you. Tammy does it all. I'll tell you the amount of customers she enrolls on social media and the amount of brand partners she brings in with social media is incredible. But what she's decided is she's casted the net and said, ask yourself this question tonight. How did you get started? There's probably some people on here that got started with social media tonight. But how many of you got started in the industry with something like a belly to belly, a knee to knee, right? Maybe you can put it in the comments. Here's what was ironic. I've had people say, Tammy, we were sitting at the event. I've heard people say, oh, getting together is old school. We don't do that anymore. And it's like, oh, really? Well, so when we asked the question at the event, everybody got together. Everybody, the majority of the room enrolled when in a coffee, in a home, somewhere type environment. And then others came in the maybe social media, but then they're dying to get to the event. Curtis, how fun was the event, Curtis, down in Destin? It's the glue.
Yes.
It's the glue. And Tammy, I watched you build it with that being the glue that drove the team into people making tens of thousands of dollars through the business. And so I guess my question for everybody that's sitting on here, because we got people all over the United States sitting on here tonight, like, why not you? Like, do it all, do social media, but then start something like Tammy said. Tammy, can you go back to when you first started it? How many was it? It wasn't 100 people in the home.
No,
It was
not
just,
at all. Like I said, Brent, there was many times there was no one that showed up. So this, you have to put things out there. You have to plant the seed. You got to put this, you got to just scatter the seed out there. You know, there's a Bible story that talks about we scatter the seed. We just throw it out there. We don't know. Does it go to the rock? Does it go to good soil? Does it get trampled over? I don't know. I didn't know who was going to take it, but I knew if I opened it up and I did something, I gave an action, eventually I would get a reaction. I'd get a result that came out of it. And so maybe you're not that person to do this, but I want to encourage you. I think there's more people, Brent, on this Zoom that could actually do this incredibly well that have never really considered it. That's why I'm here. I'm here to encourage you to consider it with your team. And if you're a leader, I want to really encourage you to do it for your team. I want your team to have a place to plug people into. If we don't have something we're building for, we have to be building for something every single week. What are you building for? I build for Zooms. I build for launches. I build for Monday night. I build for everything. But I also build now. We've just launched. In fact, Andrea, I don't know if you've got a flyer. I'd love people to see kind of how we do the flyer, because you can do whatever you want, but this is how we've done it. The Limu family dinner is on the left. And this shows how we integrated the ultimate experience in Utah. And I just want to thank Eva Curtins for this, because she created this flyer. But we're back. Why do we say we're back? Because we just went through 2020, 2022. And you know what that did, right? It isolated us all. But we're back and we're going to grow. And we want this ultimate experience of Utah for people to have. So it says food and community. Discover all the new brands, because you know we have a lot of new brands because we were Limu, and find out how to earn a free trip. Come to Jerry and Tammy's, we call it our cozy cottage. And so that's, you can pull that down too, Andrea, thank you. But I just wanted to show that was one event that we did. We took a picture of it and put it up there. And so when you look at that picture, does it feel like that could be a fun, life-giving, I want to be a part of it picture involvement? Does that look like something, if you saw it, that you want to be a part of? If you do, put a 1 in the chat when you looked at that and you thought, these people look like they're having a good time. And not only that, they're having a really good piece of cake. So we leverage everything. See, look, it looks fun. You know, we need to bring fun back. Cameron Bott said fun back into our business. Let's get back together. So I'm going to quick transition, because that's family dinner. And I want to be sensitive to our time tonight. So I want to get you. So that is how we do family dinners. And you can do them twice a month. You can do them every single week. Brent's encouraging us to do meetings once a week. But if that feels too much, do every other week. Just do something. Just do something. And so then we started getting a lot of success with our family dinners. So we decided to reach out to the business community. And I want to encourage you, this is something you don't have to do in a home. I did do it in my home because we have a lot of businesses, but you can meet in a business situation. You can meet at a coffee shop, in the back room, anything that's business oriented, take an hour. So we started at 11:30. We printed off flyers. We walked around to businesses in our community. They already thought, they already thought out of the box. They already wanted additional streams of income. We didn't have to convince them that was a viable business. We didn't have to do that work because they already had the mindset correct. And so we go in there and we'd invite them. We give them a flyer, free lunch. Again, we did soups, healthy soup salads. And I could talk about that too, but you really want you want to use every tool in your toolbox that you possibly have. And this is just a tool. And so we make healthy things. Sometimes we bring the soup to a location. We do it at doctor's offices. I'm telling you, we've done it everywhere. And we do the same thing. We'd let the businesses go around with name tags, very important. And during the time that we'd eat, and this took about an hour and 10 minutes, we'd let them have 1 minute to talk about their business. Hi, my name is Sue. I have a hair business down the street. We specialize in coloring or blah, 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 whatever. I'm an insurance company, whatever. It didn't matter what their business was. We'd allow them 1 minute. We put on a timer and we usually only had about eight or nine guests. And so a minute apiece wasn't too much. And they'd go around and share about their business, leave their business cards, because here's the thing. Here's the things, my friend, we have got to show people that we value them. We have to show people we are truly interested in them before they will ever listen to what we have. We have to be willing to get inside the lives of other people. We have to be willing to share the wealth. And so to me, that was just a natural way to do it. Let me hear a little bit about you and what you do. And then at the end, we always did a presentation. We always talked about, this is my company, New Age. It's a health and wellness company. And this is why I got started. I tell my 2-minute story. Someone would come up and tell a 2-minute health story. Someone would come up and tell a 2-minute financial story. We did push and play. We said, thank you for joining us. We handed out the brochures. We'd sign up people right there if they wanted to, or we would always follow up. The fortune is always in the follow-up. And so that's how we did our network luncheons. So think about local businesses that you're around your area. Start reaching out to the business-minded person. Realize we have a plethora. Think of gyms. Think of all the workout gyms around you. Think of all the skincare places around you, hair, fat, whatever it is, get outside the box. If you want a bigger piece of the pie, be willing to go out bigger. Be willing to do something you've never done before to get a result you've never had. Does it take risk? Yes. Do you think I felt confident when I started with this? No, I did not. And when no one showed up my door week after week, and I'd be like, I don't know. I mean, we'd all just sit down and eat our own food because there was no one there that came, but we kept going. And at some point it tipped. And once it tipped, there was no going back. And the only thing that stopped us was COVID. Now, 2020, 2021 happened. Now, I'm going to suggest in closing this to you. We are in 2022. It is a new you in 22. It's a new you in 22. So wherever you've been for the last 2 years, I want to encourage you, crawl out from under that rock. Now, we were just down in Florida, and I think we crawled out from that rock big time. With all the sparklers. I mean, oh my gosh, Brent, Andrea, and Todd, you guys all did such an incredible event for all of us. But didn't we love to be together? Isn't there magic in being together? Isn't there power in being together? I want to suggest to you, if you've never thought of building your business in this way, again, I say it's not for everybody, but I want to encourage you. There are some of you out there that if you would just be willing to try, you might find a very successful avenue of getting face to face with people, because that's where the magic happens. When we can share our story, we listen to theirs, we hear their need, and we offer a better way. We offer hope, trust, and a plan. And if you believe that, you will get out there every day, and I believe share the good news of that.
Well, that was incredible, Tammy. And I'll tell you, I actually made a recipe from your cookbook tonight.
Awesome.
And so, guys, if you don't have it yet, go ahead and check it out. I put the link in the chat, ricksandtamsy.com, www, got to put the www.
Yes,
yes, I tried it. I'm like, what's not working?
www. Can I just say one thing about the cookbook too? There's 2 of them, but I want to encourage you. It's a downloadable. It goes right into an app. You can take it to the grocery store. Make things simple. Keep it simple. Do not complicate this. Keep it simple. And so what we would do is we'd do recipes from a lot of my cookbooks. And I want to encourage you, use the tool. If you're going to make a soup, make one that's on plan. So people taste it and they say, what? This is on plan. This is how I'm going to lose weight. I get to eat this delicious soup and have this wonderful salad. All the ingredients are on plan. Why does that matter? Because it's another way for people to experience what we do and the success of what we do. Layer it, people. Layer after layer after layer. And when they hear the success, they see the success, they taste it, they experience it, use all your senses. That person is so ready to get started in what we're doing. We have to reach people from so many different ways, but be willing to try some of these things. Be willing to try some healthy recipes. Yes. And they taste good too. And so, yes. So thanks. It's ricksandtams.com. Couple of different cookbooks on there. I hope they help you. Very, very affordable just to get you started. And we've got more coming. We've got more ideas, more ways of being able to help you as brand partners.
Well, I love that. Thank you so much, Tammy. Greatly appreciate you.
Thank you, everybody.
I feel like I am so prepared to have people over now, right? Like, does everybody feel so prepared? Like, you know exactly, okay, here's what I'm going to do. Clue 1, clue 2, clue 3. So thank you for that. I greatly appreciate your time. And we are going to switch gears again. And I have a very special lady that is joining us tonight. Her name's Adrienne. And she's going to talk to us a little bit about another way that we can share this business. Like Tammy went via hospitality, via food, and Adrienne comes to us with a very different background and a very different focus. So Adrienne, did we get you tonight?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. I had a little bit of chest pains looking for you. So I'm so grateful. I'm like messaging poor Reggie. I'm like, do you see her? I don't see her. So I'm so glad we got you. Thank you so much for jumping on here tonight.
Yes, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. It's been really a hectic day for me today. Very, very busy. However, I did not want to miss the opportunity to share. My cousin is having a birthday today, and she's so busy. So that's what took me off my schedule and made me build. They just planned it today, but I said I had to step away because I wanted to have an opportunity to share.
Well, thank you so much. We'll be quick. We'll be really quick. So you can run back to your party because we don't want you to miss that. That's very special. So just really quickly, if you would just share a little bit about your background. We all saw you as a beauty queen. We saw your filter-free face. So if you would just give us a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, as everybody knows, my name is Adrienne Carver, as you can see on the screen, but everybody calls me Miss A. I'm the owner and executive director of Studio A Modeling, Etiquette, and Dance Academy. I've had my own dance school for 22 years in Baltimore, Maryland, and actually Baltimore County, Maryland, a suburb called Randallstown. I've been competing in pageants since I was in high school. And I did it in high school, I did one in college, and then I thought I was retiring until someone told me that they have Mrs. Pageant. So I competed in Mrs. Maryland America, I won that. I competed in Mrs. Maryland United States, I won that. I competed in Mrs. Maryland International, I won that. And I competed in Mrs. Maryland Galaxy and won that. And each one of them has a national level pageant. The first time I went, I did not place at the nationals, but the next three, I made top 5 at the national pageant for the other 3. This was just amazing because I had no idea that my life was going to take a turn. Someone just called me and said, I know you can do pageants, and so now they have Mrs. Pageants, and I think you should compete. And it really changed my life. It impacted my business. It definitely became a way for me to meet people and share with people the importance of the art and the importance of beauty and the importance of confidence for women.
Well, I love that. And my understanding is that you are a fan of Lucem and that you might have some information for us. So would you mind sharing that with us this evening?
I would love to share. So real quick, Reggie Turan is a really good friend of mine. We worked together about 20 years ago, over 20 years ago, actually, before I was married, when I was a single lady. And I had reverence for Reggie and his knowledge because he would always eat clean every day. Fruits and vegetables every day, encouraging me to eat clean. And so I began to eat fruits and vegetables a lot more because I just saw Reggie setting that example. So when Reggie came to me and said, Adrienne, I have this skincare regimen that I really need you to try. I'm telling you, it's amazing. I'm really reluctant. I was like, no, I'm not using any, no, I don't think I want to do this. But I said, but it's from Reggie. Reggie is so clean, everything. Reggie is the fruit and vegetable natural man. I said, I know that he would not tell me to use a product that is not filled with the best ingredients. So he sent me the product and he also told me to watch a video. And I watched the video and I said, okay, I'm going to try it. And when I say that I fell in love, oh my goodness. I mean, it's by far the best thing my skin has ever experienced. I use the Lucem skincare routine. I use the cleanser. I use the scrub, or exfoliator scrub. I then use the serum and the moisturizer. I do it every morning and every night. And this 53-year-old skin is flawless, okay? I'm 53 years old, and I constantly have people asking me about my skin. So I started going online and saying, no makeup, no filter, ask me how. And people are just calling me, like, how? What is it? What are you doing? So that has given me the opportunity to share with friends about the Lucem skincare routine. And the best was a quick story. One of my best friends started using the product. And she's like, we love it so much that you don't really want to share. You tell people you have to get your own. I mean, you can try it one time, or I'll let you try it. I'll give you a facial, but this is mine. So we need to get you to get your own. And that's one of the ways that I've been encouraging my friends to experience it. That it's my prized possession. It's everything. This space that you see, it is totally responsible for this beauty. So you have to get your own. So my friend, she's using it, and her husband used her Lucem products. And he told her one day, that blue stuff on the counter, yeah, I used all of it. It was so good. She said, you used my Lucem? He said, yes. She said, oh no, you have to get your own. You have to get your own. And he was like, I have no problem because I love it. It's amazing. So now husband and wife both use the products, but they don't share them. They don't share them because they love it so much they want their own. So that's just a little bit about my experience.
Well, you are absolutely gorgeous. And when you said 53, like, I'm glad I was sitting because I would have fallen over. So thank you so much. I'll tell you guys who else is going to be a little bit more diligent with their Lucem now. Like, I am absolutely going to be using it much more consistently. So thank you so much, Adrienne. I so appreciate you jumping on tonight. I know you're busy, so I greatly appreciate you stepping out and joining us.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you. Coach, you unmuted.
Yeah. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I do want to share that right now I don't have on any makeup. I don't even wear foundation anymore. It was the last thing I want to share. My mother said to me about a month ago, we were talking, and she was like, what's that? You switched your foundation? What foundation do you use now? I said, Mommy, I don't have foundation on. This is me. And she was like, oh my goodness, she couldn't believe it. So now my mom is using Lucem too.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm glad we got mom too. Well, you have a great night at your party. Greatly appreciate you. Coach, you have something you wanted to share?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Adrienne, that's amazing. And listening I love Sundays and just the powerful women that are coming here on Sundays sharing and getting the word out about what we have and because I say it all the time, but the women dominate our industry. They rock this thing. And so, hey, hats off to you, Adrienne. You look amazing. And Tammy, just the nuggets, Andrea, that you had for everybody tonight between Adrienne and Tammy, amazing. I mean, it's just these Sunday nights are just going to get bigger and better because of all this. So thanks for all of you and what you do. So I'll jump off and let you finish, Andrea.
Well, thank you, Coach. Thank you, Adrienne. Thank you, Tammy. Phenomenal call tonight. And guys, just a quick shout out here. 9 a.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. We've got the Coach's Corner. If you haven't tuned in there before, Coach picks a word, takes about 15 minutes and just shares some positivity. It's a great way to start your day. So join us. We would love to see you. And then tomorrow we do have the Super Saturday call. I believe that's at 1 p.m. I don't have my notes, but we'll get it all up in Telegram. So join us over there if you're not there yet. I love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful Sunday and we will see you throughout the week.
Get some network luncheons